My piece is about highlighting that connection between object and memory. I was quite inspired by kintsugi and wabi-sabi, and that is a Japanese tea room culture which looks at the idea of breakage, and in particularly breakage as part of the history of an object. So when we look at an object and it is in disrepair, we don't disregard it as something that is broken and useless. It is something that's aesthetically beautiful, and it's something that we need to cherish and look after. For example, an inhaler made out of ceramics is no longer an inhaler. It will no longer save your life, but it stands to represent the person who would have carried it in their pocket or would have used it to give themselves relief. So all of the objects in my piece are things that I found around Aberdeen, and some objects that are personal to myself. There's a few elements within my collection that have been taken from my family. So I have pieces such as the barometer and the childhood shoe, and as well as the toolbox. The barometer was in my family, well, my grandmother's home, and it represents her. It has the essence of her character and her existence and her time before she passed away, and it's something that I hold on to, and it is a physical reminder of her. And my dad's toolbox, it's something he had every day in work, and it was quite upsetting to me that he was going to throw it away, and for me I wanted to keep this as a reminder of him. And the shoe is my childhood shoe, my first shoe I ever worn, and it's kind of like this marker of transition. I believe that who I am now is so different to who I was then, and having this childhood shoe in my BA Honours degree piece is kind of this beautiful, aesthetically interesting example of transition. Another element to my piece is about highlighting the idea of impermanence and breakage. So relating to my practice, where I take an object and I cast it and return it, another element is destroying my molds. And this is about destroying all evidence and all way of replicating this piece. To take away the ability to replicate this is highlighting the idea that this is a very impermanent and very precious moment in time. So the mold broken pieces on the floor, it's about having that reminder that this is where it came from. I always liken a mold to a womb. It's something that contains an object and holds it and looks after it and develops it, and when you remove it you are left with this small child, which is a cast. So having it broken on the floor, it is about a life cycle. We're parents, we do lose them eventually, and life does continue, and there is that decay and die, but from it there is birth and regrowth, and it's about celebrating this life cycle.